Hello, MeanMr Mayo. This is my response to your Beatles competition. Can I just start off by saying I absolutely love your channel. I find all your videos really interesting, and I just absolutely love watching videos of Beatles collectors really, and yours is one of the best. So anyway, let's start off. Like, the first question is, who's my favourite Beatle? And that would have to be Paul McCartney for me. I'm not really sure why. I suppose just because he's just the most confident, you know, like on a lot of the shows you see him doing most of the talking, you know, and obviously he had the most successful solo career, but that's not really why he's my favourite Beatle. I don't know, I think he just sings some really good songs, and he writes quite a few good songs as well, and he's just really funny, you know, and obviously he's there. You know, he's probably one of the most famous left-handed bass players ever, you know, because that's his iconic image. But yeah, anyway, that's Paul McCartney, my favourite Beatle. Anyway, the next question is, what is my favourite Beatles song? And God, this is probably the hardest one of the lot. You know, there's so many good ones, although my favourite one would probably have to be 8 Days a Week from Beatles for Sale. It's just an absolutely phenomenal song, you know. I mean, I think that would have done great as a single, you know, but to be honest, I just absolutely love it. I think it's a fantastic song, really catchy, never gets old. You know, great harmonies, great guitar playing on the intro, you know. Just absolutely brilliant song. Love it. Right, so the third question is, what's my favourite Beatles album? Well, I know most people would say Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band because, you know, it's an absolute masterpiece. You know, on both sides, not a single bad song on the album. Brilliant. Although, really, as much as I adore Sgt. Pepper, I'm going to have to show Help as being my favourite Beatles album, because just the songs on here are absolutely phenomenal. You know, you've got the Hide Your Love Away, You're Gonna Lose That Girl, Ticket to Ride, Help, Act Naturally, one of Ringo's best, It's Only Love, and Tell Me What You See, two of my favourite songs on the whole album. I've Just Seen Her Face, Yesterday, probably Paul McCartney's most famous song, Yesterday, and I just absolutely love it, and the film is really good as well. But yeah, I think both of the songs from the film and the 7 new songs are just absolutely brilliant. I mean, this was actually one of the last Beatles albums I heard when I was getting into the Beatles, and even then I thought it was great. So let's move on. And now for the fourth question, what was my earliest Beatles memory? Well, as far back as I can remember, I think it would have to be, I must have been about 6 or 7 years old, and I was in the car, and my dad was playing a Beatles CD, can't remember which one it was, probably the Red Album I think, and Yesterday was playing, and I thought it was a really good song, and that was one of the few Beatles songs I knew before I got properly into the Beatles. But yeah, I loved it. I played it quite a few times after that, actually. And that was really what my first memory of the Beatles. Yeah. And I did actually get into the Beatles for years after that. I mean, I'm a fairly new Beatles fan, to be honest. I've only been in for about a year. You know, but what a year it's been. That's all I can say. And the final question is my final thing is to show something rare that I've got, and I suppose I would have to choose this, to be honest. It's a record. It's a British yellow submarine, but it's in mono. A British mono submarine. It's a first present, and it looks pretty much the same as the Capitol ones, except like the backs hasn't got the same sort of things on, but like the front cover's the same. It's still got the instrumentals on side 2 and the songs on side 1. And I don't know if this will focus, but it says on the top right corner PMC, which means mono. And we got this for £70, which is a pretty damn good deal, to be honest. I mean, you hardly ever find that for that sort of price. And it's got its original black sleeve, and it's on apple. Nice dark apple, very dark apple. and it's in lovely condition, apart from it jumps on the first track, but that doesn't really matter. But yeah, and I picked this just because of how unusual it is, you know. I mean, you don't see too many yellow submarines in mono, because by the late 60s, stereo had virtually totally taken over Britain and America, you know, so you wouldn't see too many mono submarines. And obviously, Abbey Road and Let It Be, the two albums after this, were never released in mono. So really, this is sort of like one of the latest mono Beatles records you can get, and it's just one of the most prized Beatles as vinyl, to be honest. And that's it. So that concludes my video, and I just want to finish off by saying you've got a brilliant channel, and best wishes and good luck for trying to get all your Beatles vinyl collection back after you sold it all, which, to be honest, my dad did as well, so no hard feelings. Well, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.